urgent, Raiders fan. Look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Raiders land former Super Bowl champion. Tom Brady teammate All-Pro, the Las Vegas Raiders struck out on signing linebacker Christian Ellis from the New England Patriots, but still had a need at the position. With options limited in free agency, General Manager John Spytek decided to add a familiar face. According to a March 28th X-post from Fox Sports' Jordan Schultz, the Raiders have signed free agent linebacker Devin White to a one-year contract. Notably, White was the number 5 draft pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 2019 NFL Draft. Spytek was the director of player personnel for the team that year, so he should know the linebacker well. Raiders minority owner Tom Brady joined the Buccaneers in 2020 and won a Super Bowl with White that season. The linebacker can't be penciled in as a starter yet, but he has a strong chance to make that happen. Las Vegas lost Robert Spillane and Divine Diablo in free agency this offseason. Elandon Roberts is likely replacing Spillane's spot as the middle linebacker, but the Raiders still have an opening at outside linebacker. Defensive coordinator Patrick Graham's base defense typically only has 2 linebackers on the field at a time. So there will be some competition to see who will take Diablo's spot. Can White return to form? Back during the 2019 draft, many expected the Raiders to take White with the number 4 pick before they took defensive end Clelin Ferrell. Ferrell is still playing meaningful snaps in the NFL, but he hasn't lived up to his draft status. For a moment, it looked like passing on White was a huge miss for the Raiders. He was named second-team All-Pro in his second season, and then to a Pro Bowl in his third season. However, the perception of White has always been better than the reality. He has never been rated higher than the 124th linebacker in the NFL for a season by Pro Football Focus. While he's been very productive as a pass rusher for a linebacker, he's very poor in coverage and run defense. He signed with the Philadelphia Eagles last offseason, but was cut before ever playing a snap. He then signed with the Houston Texans, but only played in 7 games and didn't put up remarkable stats. The fact that Spytek is bringing him in is a promising sign. He should know White as well as anybody. Graham is a former linebackers coach and has done excellent work with linebackers since joining the Raiders. Perhaps he can be the one to figure out how to put White's elite athletic ability to use. The linebacker is only 27. Will Raiders draft an LB early? Even with the White signing, the Raiders have to consider drafting a linebacker early. That won't be an option with the number 6 pick, but it could be a position the team might target in the second round. Alabama's Jihad Campbell is considered the best linebacker in the class, but he might not be available in the second round. Carson Schwezinger out of UCLA could be a name to watch. He played under Raiders offensive coordinator Chip Kelly when he was the head coach at UCLA. He's a player who should be available in the second round and could possibly be available in the third. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Raider Nation news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Raiders sign veteran linebacker Devin White reunites with John Spytek in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders began the week by losing out on a potential starting linebacker, yet they are ending it by securing a veteran player at the position. Las Vegas is signing linebacker Devin White to a 1-year contract. White was the number 5 overall pick in the 2019 draft. He was taken 1 pick after the Raiders selected defensive end Clelin Ferrell by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. New Las Vegas General Manager John Spytek was part of the Buccaneers front office then. Also, of course, White was a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay with Raiders part owner Tom Brady. White should get a chance to start as the Raiders need to replace Divine Diablo, who signed with the Atlanta Falcons. The Raiders also saw starting middle linebacker Robert Spillane go to the New England Patriots in free agency. Elandon Roberts, formerly of the Pittsburgh Steelers, was signed to a 1-year deal to replace Spillane. Last week, the Raiders signed Christian Ellis of the Patriots to a 2-year, $13.5 million restricted free agency offer sheet. The Patriots matched it Monday. With Roberts and White signing 1-year deals, expect the Raiders to still look at the draft in the early rounds for linebacker help. They also have young linebacker Tommy Eichenberg, Amari Burney, and Amari Gaynor, who could get a chance to develop. While White had early success with Tampa Bay, he has become a journeyman and a role player in recent seasons. White, 27, played with Houston in 2024 and had one start in 7 games played. He signed a one-year deal with Philadelphia last year, but never played there. For his career, White has played in 83 regular season games with 76 starts. He will get a chance to regain his starting status in his second stint under Spytek. White is the second former Tampa Bay player Spytek has signed in free agency, joining guard Alex Kappa, who is expected to start. Devin White has 3-word message for Max Crosby. After Raiders signing, the Las Vegas Raiders were finally able to address their need for an outside linebacker with the signing of Devin White, per Fox Sports' Jordan Schultz. It's been a long time coming for White, who many thought the Raiders were going to draft in the 2019 NFL Draft. It remains to be seen what kind of impact he'll have on the defense or what the team's plans are for him. Though White is a former All-Pro, he hasn't played at a high level in recent years and was cut by the Philadelphia Eagles last season without playing a single snap for the team. One player who is hyped for the White signing is star defensive end Max Crosby. He shouted out the move on Instagram, and that elicited a response from the linebacker. "It's up trim," White wrote on his Instagram story. White is still only 27 and has elite athletic traits. General manager John Spytek was part of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers front office during White's entire tenure with the team, so he should know the linebacker well. He has notable issues in coverage and run defense, but defensive coordinator Patrick Graham has worked some magic with linebackers in the past. White should be highly motivated to have a bounce-back season in 2025 after a disappointing 2024 campaign. Raiders star DE's shocking. Aaron Rodgers claims sparks NFL frenzy. The NFL offseason is like a summer blockbuster, explosive rumors, cliffhanger decisions, and enough drama to fill a Monday Night Football halftime show. Just when you think the plot can't thicken, a twist slams harder than a linebacker blitz. This week, Las Vegas Raiders star Max Crosby tossed a Molotov cocktail into the league's rumor mill, sparking a firestorm about Aaron Rodgers' future that's burning hotter than a tailgate grill in September. A 4-time MVP quarterback as enigmatic as a Twin Peaks rerun, weighing his options while the NFL holds its breath. Will he chase another ring or vanish into the sunset like a John Wayne cowboy? Crosby, the Raiders sack artist turned podcast provocateur, just bet his silver and black jersey on the latter. Crosby's bold claim for Rodgers on March 27th, Crosby declared during the Rush podcast, "I think he retires. I think the fact that he's not with Davante Adams and he's not very familiar with Pittsburgh, I don't know. I think he retires. He's about 42 now. I would like that. I can see him in a Pittsburgh uniform." The statement sent shockwaves through the league. Why? Because Crosby had previously lobbied for Rodgers to join the Raiders. Now he's convinced the 41-year-old QB is done despite Pittsburgh's glaring need for a veteran signal caller. Meanwhile, Rodgers, who turns 42 in December, hasn't hinted at retirement publicly. But his silence speaks volumes. Since visiting the Steelers on March 24th, he's stayed quieter than a golf crowd during Tiger Woods' backswing. Meanwhile, teams like the Giants and Vikings have moved on, leaving Pittsburgh as Rodgers' lone potential suitor. Why Pittsburgh doesn't add up Crosby's? Skepticism isn't unfounded. Rodgers thrives in systems where he's the undisputed alpha, flanked by trusted targets. In Green Bay, Davante Adams was his security blanket. In Pittsburgh, George Pickens and newcomer. DK Metcalf are talented, but they're no Adams. My brain can't put that together, Crosby admitted, as if it's ketchup on a hot dog. Works, but it's not Chicago style. The Steelers' offensive line also raises red flags. Rodgers missed most of 2023 with a torn Achilles and battled injuries in 2024. Pittsburgh's young line is as unproven as a rookie QB, a risky proposition for an aging passer. Some speculate Rodgers could wait for the Vikings to falter with rookie J.J. McCarthy, but Minnesota seems committed to its first-round pick, leaving Rodgers in limbo. As Crosby noted, I'm a fan of Rodgers. I respect the hell out of him. I think he's an incredible player. I think it would be dope. But I don't know. I feel like the universe is speaking to me. I just can't see him in that uniform, and he's being weirdly quiet for a reason. Pittsburgh's offseason moves hinge on Rodgers. They've passed on drafting a QB early and watched rivals snag free agents. If Rodgers walks away, the Steelers' options shrink to Mason Rudolph or a mid-round rookie scenario as appealing as a halftime bathroom line. Legacy on the line, a farewell fit for a legend? Rodgers' career is a highlight reel of Hail Marys and MVP moments. But his Jets tenure ended like a Seinfeld finale, abrupt and unsatisfying. Retiring now risks cementing that sour note, yet chasing a paycheck in Pittsburgh could tarnish his legacy faster than a Favre tech scandal. Crosby, who inked a $106.5 million deal to stay in Vegas, summed it up: "I think it's good for the league when Rodgers is playing, but I feel like he's going to retire." That's my bold prediction. Besides, Aaron Rodgers' future isn't just a football decision, it's a Shakespearean drama. Will he choose glory, pride, or peace? As Crosby's prediction hangs in the air, one thing's clear: the NFL's offseason script has no shortage of twists. In the words of the Godfather's Michael Corleone, "Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in." Will Rodgers resist the pull, or is Crosby's crystal ball right? And now, Raiders fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Raiders. It'll be back any moment with more Raider Nation news.